Signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
Wow.
That day I was...
Pretty much her audition with JayZ. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition.
And what did he say to you? He said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he said it whole word.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here. Either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Beyonce has hated Rihanna ever since JayZ became interested in her. Rihanna was only a teenager when JayZ stole her away from her parents. He trapped her in a dark room and forced her to sign with his record label. From that point on, Beyonce felt threatened by Rihanna. They competed in music and even competed for JayZ's attention. When rumors started to swirl about JayZ and Rihanna sleeping together, Beyonce was done playing nice. And ever since then, these 2 superstars have been working against each other. So, today we're unpacking the truth behind Beyonce and Rihanna's feud. So let's take a look. Beyonce's husband JayZ and Rihanna's husband ASAP Rocky recently got together to try to figure out a way to get their wives to get along, because pretty much Beyonce and Rihanna have been enemies for years now. So, good luck to Jay and ASAP with trying to get these 2 to get along. And a lot of it stems back to Beyonce feeling betrayed by Rihanna. You don't have to know Beyonce personally to know that loyalty goes a long way for her, especially because she's a very private person. We rarely see her do interviews. We don't know much about her and JayZ's relationship unless they tell us. I mean, maybe we'll figure out more because JayZ's been mentioned in the Epstein documents, but for now, we don't know much about Beyonce's home life. So, I think that it's really important for anyone who is close to Beyonce to be loyal. But Beyonce feels like Rihanna has not been loyal in the past because of friendships she has with the media. Jason Lee is the founder of Hollywood Unlocked, which is a controversial celebrity gossip site. And supposedly Rihanna's friendship with Jason is a major red flag for Beyonce. Even Rihanna, just being friendly with Jason Lee was enough for Beyonce to cut her off completely, which is kind of like a red flag for you, Beyonce. Like, what are you hiding so badly that you don't want Jason Lee to get his paws on? This source claims that Beyonce is very into loyalty. If you're loyal to her, she'll be loyal to you to the death. But betray her once and she's done. Somewhere along the way, Rihanna lost that. Jason Lee has made hurtful comments about Beyonce in the past and her husband JayZ, which is why Beyonce is keeping her distance from Rihanna. To a degree, I can understand where Beyonce is coming from because Jason Lee has also spewed things about her relationship before claiming that he knows secrets about them, which is probably like, worrying for Beyonce because she's wondering which one of her friends, Rihanna, is the one who's speaking to Jason Lee and giving up these secrets. Now, this insider says that Beyonce doesn't even have anything to be worried about when it comes to Jason Lee. So, it's kind of a bogus excuse that Jason doesn't say anything concrete about them that can be denied. He just insinuates that he has dirt on them, which is even more shady. This has led to Beyonce and Rihanna being icy towards each other and not even wanting to be in the same room together. In December 2023, on an episode of his podcast, Jason made the shocking revelation, saying that Beyonce's good internet would go crazy if he revealed the secrets that he knows about them, which kind of brings me to like the Epstein files and like JayZ's like interactions with these people, and what does he know about them? Especially when we've had people like Jaguar Wright or Ollie Carter speaking out about the Carters for a long time.
I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet would go crazy. Can I tell y'all what I've done? I'm going to tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see the reactions.
So when he says,
I've done a lot.
in this context, what he did must be receiving damaging information and burying it.
Maybe she doesn't know. Beyonce doesn't know. Yeah, I don't think they're not going to share that. That knows. I got the receipts. I still have the receipt.
If it was about Beyonce and what she personally had done, she would know. If it's not about her, it certainly has the ability to affect her brand. And the only person tied to Beyonce who could affect her brand is JayZ. So Jason must have damaging information in relation to acts committed by JayZ, which if released would break the internet. What could that information be?
One person commented that Jason is playing a dangerous game. But insiders say that Beyonce felt hurt that Rihanna grew so close to someone publicly positioning himself as a threat to her family's reputation, which has ultimately led to ASAP Rocky and JayZ having this meeting and, quote, deciding that they're going to force some peace talks. It looks like ASAP Rocky is going to have to get Rihanna to apologize and dump Jason Lee as a friend. Jay's job is just to soften Beyonce so that she's receptive to the apology. But Rihanna doesn't seem like the type who's going to just bow down to Beyonce. And if she's actually like real-life friends with Jason Lee, I don't see her dumping him either. Quote, "They both have very strong-willed women to contend with, and they don't want to rock the boat. And I just want to, send some good vibes to Jay and ASAP, because good luck trying to get these two to get along. Especially because Beyonce has a deep disdain for Jason Lee. There's actually a video of Beyonce trying to avoid Jason Lee at a party. So, you can see that the beef is real."
You guys remember that viral clip of prominent video blogger Jason Lee trying to speak to Beyonce and Beyonce very clearly trying to avoid it after greeting several other guests at the Rock Nation brunch perfectly nicely?
They've simply acknowledged each other, but really have not even tried to build a bridge, which is weird because like JayZ found Rihanna when Rihanna was a kid, and he also allegedly groomed Beyonce in my opinion. One of the insiders claimed that Beyonce was reportedly a primary force behind Rihanna signing with Def Jam Records back in 2005. At one point, Beyonce used to talk about Rihanna a lot. She felt like she was not exactly a little sister, but someone that she could possibly take under her wing at the time. So what happened? Beyonce was supposed to be a mentor to Rihanna. Could you imagine the kind of music we would get? Chef's kiss. But what really happened was the rumors between Jay and Rihanna. Beyonce did not appreciate them. JayZ and Rihanna also had many hits together, so they spent a lot of time together. He got her to sign to Def Jam Records. So, they were very, very close. And I guess this dynamic between Rihanna and JayZ was kind of threatening to Beyonce. And I actually understand where Beyonce is coming from. I would be uncomfortable, too. This blinded him says, "The hardest pill for the superstar Beyonce to swallow has always been the fact that she knows deep down she was never JayZ's first choice." The husband had been long infatuated with Aaliyah, and insiders said that he pursued her hard before ultimately passing. In fact, many believe that the singer, if the singer were still alive, that she would have been the one standing next to JayZ, not Beyonce. The wife knows, and it eats her alive. But it didn't stop there. There was also a sultry singer, Kels Kelly's, who the husband, JayZ, was rumored to have a serious thing with. Insiders say the wife has always been suspected that their relationship continued even after they got together, despite never having concrete proof. She's never been able to shake that feeling that her husband still has a soft spot for that other singer. The wife hates the singer to this day, despite never publicly addressing it. Then came the young pop star Rihanna, who was signed to the husband's label. The chemistry between the two was undeniable, and insiders said the wife knew something was going on behind her back. There were too many late nights in the studio, too many rumors, too many instances where her husband acted suspiciously. The wife confronted him several times, and each time he gaslit her and made her feel crazy and insecure. But she wasn't crazy. She was right. Then there were disturbing situations. The one that made the wife's stomach turn. There were two younger girls who the husband, JayZ, allegedly groomed and pursued early in their careers. One being rapper Boxy Brown, who was barely a teenager. The other was an R&B singer, Mia, who also allegedly caught the mogul's attention when she was still underage. Beyonce knows about both. She's always known. And while it made her sick to her stomach, it still wasn't enough to make her leave. This next clip is a great example because Rihanna and JayZ won an award for their song Umbrella. And Rihanna hugged him and brought him on stage. But you could see Solange had a bit of an attitude about it. So, I'm sure her sister felt the same way. We don't have audio in this clip, but I'm going to play it for you guys. You can see that Rihanna goes up and she grabs JayZ and immediately heads for the stage. You can see once they reach the stage that JayZ kept a safe distance. One person noted this in the comments, saying JayZ knew to keep a safe distance on stage, not to get too close to Rihanna. One person asked, "Did y'all see Solange's face?" Which, let's try to do a slow MO so that you can see like her reaction to this. One person says that Jay's like, "Wow, I'm getting my ass beat as soon as we leave." Now, there is an interesting detail when it comes to these cheating rumors between like JayZ hooking up with Rihanna. There was someone who came out and claimed that they had made these rumors up. His name is Jonathan Hay. He's a publicist. He worked with Rihanna before, and he claimed that he had made up these rumors. It was a PR stunt, Dina out of desperation, which maybe could be true. Also, Could he be like paid off to go and say these things so that they could proclaim their innocence and just say that he made it up and that there was no cheating and to gaslight Beyonce even further?
JayZ was being investigated by the feds over a 16-year-old Rihanna. Rihanna's former publicist explained how he is the one that started a rumor that Rihanna and JayZ were having an affair when she was only 16 years old. Rihanna's former publicist said that during this time, the feds actually came to him trying to question him about JayZ's relationship with an underage Rihanna. And he explained how the feds told him that they've already been keeping close tabs on JayZ because of the stabbing of Rivera and also allegedly him being involved in an SA allegation with R. Kelly while they were on tour.
I just don't get why the publicist Jonathan would go and try to make this news so public. I mean, right now he's pretty much ending his own reputation as a publicist, so he's walking away from ever having a career. I just wonder does someone fund him money so that he could do that? Jonathan said, I didn't think it would be this big of a story, but now seeing Beyonce on the cover of this book and knowing that people are profiting from speculations and opinions about her really turns my stomach. I'm ashamed that I even am talking about this. I just want to put the rumor to rest, he claims. JayZ had only ever commented about the rumor once, saying, dude, she's a minor. Talking about Rihanna, who was 17 at the time. Jay said, I was like, Fazy, he won't give us any attention, and he's being disrespectful. I'm going to get his attention and be disrespectful back. And he used Rihanna as leverage to go and make the story come to life. He said that one day, an unmarked law enforcement car stopped me. These intimidating individuals introduced themselves as a federal task force, and they requested to speak with me. So, I followed them and I was in a complete state of panic. They mentioned that they had been keeping a close eye on JayZ since he stabbed this person named Lance, and he was being implicated in a violent incident with R. Kelly. The officers clarified that they were investigating JayZ for allegedly engaging in some inappropriate activity with an underage Rihanna and transporting her across international borders, and they wanted to come to him for the facts. He said, however, looking back, there are some serious red flags, as JayZ was once very close to R. Kelly, and they have collaborative albums together. They have 30 songs together, and they have toured together. As we all know, JayZ has been extremely close to Diddy for several decades, and it's not very hard to come to some conclusions about him, especially with Jaguar, Wright, and other people coming forward. So JayZ seems like there's some truth to this, even if the publicist Jonathan says he made it all up. Another disturbing rumor that's gone around about Rihanna and JayZ's relationship is that JayZ had bought Rihanna from her parents whenever she was 14 or 15 years old. I feel like that's kind of a problematic conspiracy to even consider. It's a bit of a reach, but I wanted to include it. Here's a clip of Jaguar Wright talking about these allegations. And keep in mind, Jaguar has been right about a lot of things.
We finally gonna have a real conversation about whether or not Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam. 14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning. In a hotel room. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone, with no parental supervision. Her father was blown up separately. She was 14 and a half, going on 15. She's about 16 when Ponder Replay came out, wasn't she? Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history. If people knew how many of these girls are transported around on private planes, how they're able to redact, change names on manifests, she wouldn't have needed parental consent or a passport if she got on a private plane.
The story does not end here. Subscribe and comment below if you want other juicy details.